So thank you for coming. I really hope that you are having a good month between sessions, but you will tell me in a couple of minutes. As I wrote in the email I sent to you, my idea for today, even if I'm always very flexible because I'm a coach, is like first part to see which questions, doubts, insecurities, whatever you want to bring from the previous model two, and also, of course, model one, if something is remaining. I will list them and answer the ones that can be answered directly. And then with the remaining time, and we did it in the previous group and it was really nice for them, we can do a demo and start connecting the dots so you can see how it works, because as in the room is always very quick, everything. Some of you are a little bit lost, at least it was what they told me. Sometimes they are not precise in how to do a complete coaching session, but I'm open to adjust to your needs, okay? So first of all, just tell me in a small sentence, how was model two for you?
Let me start. Model 2 was first day was really interesting from my side because alchemy was something totally new. And I really was kind of, wow, interesting in digging in. I don't know, I have a question here. When we will go further, because what I realized, I know I was kind of missing the first parts of the everyday. But anyway, I was hoping that we will go and practice. I don't know.
Practice alchemy? You didn't practice it?
I don't know. Did we practice alchemy? I was not on the.
I was not on the model, so I cannot answer. So if you can help us.
Yeah.
So we can do a demo and I can put alchemy on it. Don't worry.
Yeah. We did demo, so Avi did demo with us. But I'm not sure if we did practice it in groups. So this I was kind of missing, maybe because I missed just the first parts of the day, because I was the same time I was finishing my last model of the regular PCC coaching. Yeah, it was last. So, and it was an overlap for just I don't know, half an hour. Anyway, so this was good. And the second 2 days, I already practiced a lot, all the competencies.
So you are you can support me. You can support me today if I need some support.
No. But anyway, it was interesting also to see your perspective, or how quickly you jump into the conversations, into the going into the practice, because that was not the case in my school here in Slovenia.
Okay, great. Thank you, Vesna.
I really enjoyed that. I thought in the beginning, before I started this, when I was reading the curriculum and I saw this alchemy, because I haven't read so much Jung before. I was like, what is this? And when I realized this about the symbolic of alchemic transformations, it felt a little bit better. But I thought it was really interesting. Seeing it as the symbol or the likeness of transformation. I enjoyed that, and it was a great lecture. And then I have not done like you, Vesna. I haven't done any other practices, so educations in this. So I thought the 2 days there with all the forms and stuff, all the boxes we need to put things in, was really, really interesting and nice, and I enjoyed that a lot. So I was really happy about it.
I really think that for the ones that are learning coaching for the first time, model 2 is the structure you were in
Yeah,
lack
exactly.
of on
Structure.
model
Yeah,
one.
yeah. And
So now you
I've
have,
done some live coaching things, but they didn't bring this up. They just said, yeah, go online and find some
Yeah.
contracts to do or whatever, use ChatGPT. But this was like really, this was hands-on, and I like that. I
Great.
really enjoyed it.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Birgit.
I'll go if that's okay. So I found the content, a lot of content. I found it quite a heavy weekend, but I found it very helpful. Getting the structure, understanding. I've never coached before. I found all the talk of the coaching federation stuff quite hard to get my head around, but I hadn't really looked at it before, so yeah.
For the ones that want to go for PCC, this model is fundamental. Why? Because first, it's mandatory for a training and a program to be certified. So this is not an optional model. We really need to have it and by the book, by the rules of ICF. And then, if you want to go for PCC accreditation, this is the guidelines you need to have on your records. So it's really a very relevant model.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is that when you understand the foundations and the ethical code, your sessions become more structured, and you understand that, okay, it's practicing. And then it's almost like becomes a DNA. That's what I feel for. I just fulfill. I don't know if someone here is also from ICF, but I just fulfill a quiz they made internationally about coaching and well-being. Did you receive it, Vesna? No. Josh? No. I received it. Was an international quiz because I'm a member of ICF, so maybe because of that, not only ACC certified but also a member. So on this quiz, it was like 50 minutes questions about the relationship between coaching and the well-being. That is very, like, psychologists are questioning a lot if we can work that field. And like it was a way to see if we are following and respecting the ICF rules. Like, how do you see a different gender person as a client? The quiz was confidential, but anyway, I think they are measuring how we are respecting the genders, the I don't know, the culture, how we are like crossing the boundaries between coaching and other fields. So it was like that. So this is our guidelines, is our boundaries to do it ethically.
And I guess it will take time to sort of absorb them, and
of course,
yeah.
And even if I think I know them very well, I'm always being confronting with like specific cases that I like this. Okay, let me just see what I can do according to rules in here, because people is like, we are all unique. So we are like all different. So we need to consider this specificity of people, of human beings. This is the biggest challenge. Yeah.
It would be really interesting to see the results of that survey someday.
I think they will share in the end when they appreciate our contribution. It said that they are going to elaborate a report or I don't know if it's an article with that information.
It would be really good in the future when marketing the services of a coach, also to tell about the well-being. So great.
So if I receive it, I will share. Don't worry.
Thank you.
So who comes now? Olga? Josh? Ladies first.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was like another step entering the coaching, the Jungian coaching. So it was I was pretty curious and feeling thankful, learning something new. Because as a foundation, I see a foundation, this is pretty known to me. This is okay, but yeah, in basic, we cannot go ahead without it because all the ethical issues are there. And indeed, we mentioned for PCC or even ACC, this is a must to know. But for me, what's more interesting from the Jungian coaching point of view, like alchemy, this is exactly the symbolic approach, how we are thinking differently and how really it helps us to, how it supports both us as a coach and coachee to find their own solution, to find their own way and how it works. And it is available, but very often we are just going by without using it. So this is very, very valuable and even make me more curious and impatient to go further. So
Of course.
thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Olga.
Yeah.
This is not so new for you, Jost. If the small part I know about you, that you already have the domain of the coaching process, right?
Yeah, and I missed module 2, but I went the day before module 2. Avi had a alchemy. So am I right, Birger? I saw you there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went to that and I got to see at least how it's used. I have not practiced it. You know, there's a lot of techniques, and I find that they take a long time to integrate into your coaching. Like I'm still practicing the stuff from module 1, just, you know, the new coaching techniques, just to get comfortable with them. They're really powerful. I mean, it's almost, you know, I feel like each time you guys give us a new tool, it's going to take, it feels like months. It's, you know, to incorporate each one. You know, it's going to take like a whole year just to put in all this stuff.
Yes, I don't want to unmotivate you, but yes, it's tough work, and also tell you that practice is a really relevant way to learn the tools. Even if you practice and don't do it perfectly, that's why you are practicing. And because if you accumulate models, it will be more challenging because it's too much information, as you told, it's overwhelming. So also tell you that each model is kind of a piece of a puzzle, because we divide the whole into pieces. That is very challenging also for hobby, because everything is connecting with everything. Like we cannot divide the human psyche, but for like practical effects, we must do it like with specific topics. But in model 6 integration, everything will become more clear, you know, like I was before the mentoring, I was on the last model of the previous generation, and someone was saying, before we start, I just spread all the tools on my table and looked at them as a whole, and I start connecting the dots. Finally, I start understanding how I can like make of this not this exercise and that exercise, but a process. And this is what is expected in the 6th model, is that you look to this as a bag of tools that allow the individuation process of your coaching sessions on your clients. So be patient and practical. Good. So a part of alchemy that I understand that the demo will be like interesting for you to see or explore a little bit more. What else are you open to work or experience? Which doubts do you have from previous model or model 1, if something came up from model 1? So I can organize the second part of the session focusing on what are your needs.
I wanted to understand, how would you know when someone is ready to go into shadow work? What would you be looking for? How?
So shadow work is challenging work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even if you are very confident and open to do it, it will always shake you, because it's like shadow, what is a shadow? It's our inferiority. So it's what we don't like on us, what we don't want to show up, what we don't want to touch on. Like this is the black side of my personality. So leave it alone. Put it under the carpet and leave it there, quite unsafe. But it's also what don't allow you to be your best version. So when we work with shadow work, it must be open to, as we used to say in coaching, to pay the cost and the suffering of the process in order to become a better person. So for that, first of all, you need to be open to symbolic. If you have a very inflated ego client, you could not start like second or third session doing shadow work because he will resist. So like, I think I can say prerequisites for shadow work is like the person must be open to symbolic thinking. Like first, maybe you use image and photos and objects and try to see how it reacts to the symbolic, because this is the main part of the shadow work when you go to stage 2 and you need to create aesthetic reference to the shadow, like with clay or plasticina. If the client resists on that stage, he will not work the shadow conveniently. So this is one thing. The other thing is like you need to have trust and confidence in between both of you. So you need to be sure that your client trusts you to expose and to go to that level of work, okay? And also, this is not coaching, is not Avi's, is my point of view, okay? I always like to explain in simple words what we are going to do, like manage expectations. Because I think the word shadow, I don't know in your countries, but in some, like here in Portugal, shadow is shit. Like nobody wants to work on that. That's bad. But no, shadow is your potential. If you work it and you overcome it, your fears, your, I don't know, complaints and handicaps, you will become better. So I want to explain the person what shadow work is. And I also ask permission for. Is like, in reality, I ask permission for all the tools, but this one is mandatory for me because I'm going to a place that is very delicate. And I need to be sure that the person is open to do that work. Did I answer, Katie?
Yeah, that's really helpful. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Birgit. Oh, you mute. Sorry, you mute. And now you are not mute, but we don't listen to you. Something happened there. No. Just fix your micro and we'll be here for you. Something happened there. Maybe battery or something. No. No. If you want to get out and come again, I don't know. Sometimes I fix. you are going to understand on model 6 how I work, because I'm a extrovert, intuitive feeling. So everything is like, don't read instructions, just find a way, the quick way to do things. Let's check now. Maybe some gap of internet. And mute yourself.
Now maybe. Do you hear me now?
Now we listen you. You see how my
Thank you.
intuitive techniques work?
It's the old Microsoft Windows thing. Just turn everything off and start up again. So sorry, what I wanted to say, you touched on my question when you talked about explaining to the client or coachee about shadow work. But my question was, in general, will there be some kind of will we get some kind of education in how we educate our presumptuous or coming clients. Like people, I've been talking to people about, yeah, I'm learning to become a Jungian coach, and then they say, aha, what is that? And I realize I don't have the answer to that question. What is a Jungian coach? Why is that different from a life coach or just a coach? So will there be some kind of in
no.
module?
No.
Okay.
Let's make
Maybe.
a quick answer. No, and
Mm.
we can use this time to help you on that. Why? What I did was I review all the contents, and I understand for me, I make a compilation of all the things that characterize the Jungian coaching in order for me to explain to my clients. So my suggestion is I can share what I say and what for me is the difference between traditional coaching and Jungian coaching. But my suggestion to all of you is that create your own words to do it.
Okay.
Why? Because I think if you are presenting something, we should respect the terminology for one side, but from the other side, we need to make it clear for us and our clients. So there's not one way to say it. So I have a small quote that is mine. Okay, so it's not, I don't know if it's even Jung's. I know Jung talks about this in different ways, but I found a small single quote that for me explains what Jungian coaching is a process that make the invisible visible. This is my quote for Jungian coaching. And even if people don't understand, because this doesn't say anything at all, they get curious about. Like,
yeah, it's close to what I tried to say to my my colleague here at work who was asking me. I said it's a way to bring information from the personal unconscious up to the conscious.
Yes. So, but
and I think I was kind of making it up as I was saying it, but he seemed to like it and wants to book some sessions.
Yeah.
Later.
I just don't like to use, it depends of the client, the terminology of conscient and unconscient in the beginning, because for some people this is like tricky words, so I just want them to understand. And the second thing I used to do is metaphors. I explain the process and the things as metaphors. So I use do you know Alexandria book storage?
Yeah. I think I heard about it. Yeah.
So Alexandria book storage is my metaphor. I used to say, do you know that in Alexandria there's thousands and thousands of books with so much knowledge, but nobody sees them. It's on the underground. So when you meet the bookstore, you just meet what is visible. Okay, and you can pick what is relevant for you, but sometimes you don't find what you are looking for. But in the underground, there's so much potential of things that you are not seeing and that you are not able to reach, that probably the answer is there. If you don't find the answer on the top, the answer should be on the bottom. Jungian coach,
it's a good metaphor.
From the bottom to come to the top, so you can use it. And here we call it transcendent function. But this is my explanation for transcendent function. That is a very sexy, complex name. And people understand, because this is what we do in practical way.
Thank you.
So I hope it was helpful. And the difference between is like Jungian coaching works not only the conscient level, but also the unconscious level. Not only the rational of some topic or dilemma, but also the irrational. The tools of a traditional coaching, the main tool is questioning. Our main tool is self-dialogue, the archetypes. Okay, so these are the main difference between. So I could say that is the same, but Jungian coaching has extra elements. So we don't do different from the coaching traditional. We just add extra elements like the symbolic thinking, irrational thinking,
dialogue.
the self-dialogue,
Oh.
the archetypes. You know?
Yeah. So as you said before, it'll probably all the puzzle will be whole after I do it, and then it will be easier for me to explain for other people when I have all the bits. Now I'm
Yes.
just, you know, I seem to have such a small portion, or it feels
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, but the best way is to find your own words or metaphors to explain it, because why? So everyone will understand the way it fits to the person. A metaphor is like, if I said a definition like Wikipedia, someone will understand, some people will not understand. But if I create a metaphor, everyone will take what they need to understand the message.
Yes, and of course, I would explain it differently to different people. I mean,
exactly.
You get a feel for how that is. So
I have clients that when I said, okay, I want to present you an approach, it's called Jungian coaching, and they said, what's that? And I said, it's a type of coaching based on psychology and analytical psychology created by Carl Jung. Who is this? You know, some people never heard about Carl Jung, so they don't want to know what Carl Jung is. They want to know what he created that they can use.
Yeah, the benefits. They want the benefits of your knowledge,
exactly.
not the history.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. What else before we do a demo? Bring me
Could
questions.
I just ask, actually, did we get the recording from the second? I don't think we did. I didn't.
Do you have access to the Moodle platform? Moodle.
No.
The recording of the last model.
The recording is going to be on the Moodle platform, but maybe they sent us a link to it earlier. I'd have to look.
I haven't gotten any Moodle platform link.
No, nor have I. And on the first one, we got a link sent to us in an email for the
it
recording.
was on email, so maybe they don't have the Moodle anymore. I don't know. I will check. I wrote it here. Okay, I will check and I will ask Gino to send you, because I know that you have access to the records, and in the past, in my generation, it was on Moodle. So we have the class on Moodle, and we can get into the Moodle. You need to create it's like a online platform that you can reach, and there was all the lessons and all the material was there, so you can have kind of a folder of the program. But I was first generation, you are the 8th, so I don't know if they change it in the middle, but I take note here and I will ask, okay?
It would be really nice to have it all in one place, like
in one place,
because we just got links to a YouTube video, and so it was, and then it's kind of like lost. You watch it once and it's lost.
Yeah, I don't see any. I don't see any Moodle emails, and nowadays Moodle's kind of old. Now they use Canvas for things, and I teach in a couple different universities. We used to use Moodle all the time, but Canvas is what they tend to use now if you guys are looking for a new platform.
Yeah, I have mine. I create my local program in Kajabi, and I'm pretty happy with that.
I have Kajabi too. I just signed up.
And I also use Kajabi for my own storage of things, like, like I put everything there, so I know that everything is in the same place, and I don't need to bother searching things. So it's a very nice platform. Yeah. But I take notes. I will ask.
I have to ask you, do you use the coaching session? Do you sell coaching sessions on Kajabi?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because I'm not promoting coaching sessions yet.
I know. Okay.
Why not? Because I don't need it, thank God. So when someone refers a person to me, I just agree the best place for her to do the session, But everything like my program of Jungian coaching local school is there, and I can show you because I'm very proud of my.
Yes.
Also,
this is just a practical thing. I was looking for some kind of platform to be able to like. Make my clients come to.
I have the paid version. I don't know if the free version also has.
No, they have no free version. There is no free version.
They don't have
there's no
free.
Version. No, it's only paid.
But this is, for me, it was like, I was searching. It's more or less like Jungian coaching. It's kind of the metaphor we are talking. I was searching for a place where I could have everything in one. You know, like the email marketing, the database of my clients, the online programs, and so on and so on. And when I found this, I realized, now this is the secret of my success in the future.
Yes.
I hope.
It's
Nuria,
the Rolls Royce.
Nuria, do you work for the Jungian coaching full time, or do you have something else?
No, I have lots of things. You see, like I make it like model 2. We have the recorded here, and then you have like, let me check here. This is more complete. Model 3, record from the days, and then you have the virtual tool here, and you have the articles I'm finding. And when you open, is everything here, so you don't need like animals. It's very organized. For me, it's helpful because I was like always try to find some things anywhere, and you see, like I put everything: articles, translated articles, records, brochures, blah blah blah, and they like it, like the glossary.
Looks very, very good.
I'm doing my best. No, Josh, I have 3. I'm workaholic, and I love it. I have 3 main activities. I work for Jungian coaching the 33.3% of my time in the local school as an assistant, and other 33% I work as a partner of Point of View, that is also a brand of photography as therapy. So I'm part of the creator teams of certifications, and I represent the local brand here in Portugal. And then I have my brand that is Meraki. And Meraki is all about self-coaching. Like I develop programs of self-coaching, and I teach people how to be their own coach, not depending on, like my mission in this life is allow you like to be your best version ongoing in life. So this is my mantra, and help people to be consistent. For me, that's the only challenge we have, is consistency. That's why I'm single. I don't have time for anything else.
But it sounds very. It sounds like you really have found the perfect combination of different things. I am also like you. I can't do one thing. I get bored. I have to have many different things going on. I love that.
You can take note here. Like in Model 6, you will learn the types personality from Carl Jung, and for sure we should be the same one, the same profile.
I am ENFJ. ENFJ.
You changed in the last one. I am ENFS.
Oh, I'm FJ.
But we are pretty similar. Yeah. Good. What else? More questions? I could not smile too much because I have this strange thing in my mouth. To align the tooth, it's awful. I put them yesterday. I hate them, but and then I cannot put here, so I look like a rabbit.
Are they hurting? Does it hurt? I remember when I had, yeah.
Especially here on the skin inside, you know.
Oh,
like
okay. Sore. Yeah. Rubbing.
I was telling my dentist, you are like the Jungian coaching program. It's too much information for one mouth. Too much things. I cannot deal with all of this.
It does get easier.
But I'm going to get thinner because I don't feel like eating since yesterday. So let's look to the bright side of life. So, more questions.
I always felt, and the thing that I can't articulate that I always felt was missing was that, and when you said that you make ways for people to coach themselves, this kind of resonated with me because I always felt that it would be really great if regular people could learn how to talk to their unconscious back and forth. And that I used to think that it would require a lot of training and because I could tell you my life story, but I'm not going to. But just suffice to say, my life story is very relevant to this skill, and I went through a lot. But when the Jungian coaching school can do it in 5 seconds, what it took me 2 decades to figure out. I think it's I wish there was a way, even without a coaching scenario, to teach people to just every day be able to get information from their unconscious self.
And
I think the
there is,
world would be a better place.
and there is. Every day we sleep, but we don't know how to analyze our dreams. Every day we have like breaks and pause that we don't use to look to inwards. We just look, I don't know where. So we have that. Nobody teaches how to use those moments in
But
a
nobody's making
profitable
it
self
accessible.
way.
No, nobody's making it easy. Nobody's making it simple to do for anyone.
Yes. Yes.
There was,
Let's give you a tip. You know how I teach, well, my program is not only about Jungian coaching, it's mainly about create rituals and habits of self-nurturing. Okay, I work mainly with female targets. So, and the big challenge of female targets nowadays is that I don't have time to myself. And if they don't have time to myself, they don't have time to give good time to others. And this is what I believe. So I teach people that first you need to feed yourself and then you can feed others. So, and I do it in a way that everyone decides how much time they want to spend on themselves, like 5 minutes a week. It's okay. I prefer 5 than nothing. And then when I arrive to Jungian coaching, as they are groups from different levels of knowledge, I teach them the phone technique. I said, like, when you have a problem, which is your like BFB, who you call and say, listen, I need help here. Who is that person? And everyone said, my mom, my dad, my dog, my best friend is my sister. So everyone has a BFB. And I said, and what about when they are not there for you and you need them? Well, in that case, I have a problem. It's, no, you're not, because you have another friend that you are forgetting, a very relevant one, that is yourself. Okay, but I'm the problem. Yes, but I have a technique to teach you, and I want you to use it once this week, and then you tell me how it happens. And I teach them the phone technique. I don't have my phone here, but the phone technique is like this. Hello, BSP, are you there for me? I have a problem. My problem is this, blah, blah, blah. And then you change and you become BFP. And he said, oh, darling, thank you for calling me. Of course I will help you. Let me see. Okay, for that situation, I will suggest this and that. What do you think? And then you become again the problem. So I put them talking with the phone and said, listen, you can do this anywhere, on the street, on the gym, on your car, at home, because nobody will believe that you are not talking with someone. Nobody knows. So I told it like the mobile technique, and they love it. And after that, I can tell them that they can do this in different ways. But the mobile technique is a super technique. I use it a lot. It's ego self dialogue. Ego self. And it's funny. You can use it. I don't mind. So
it's like an instant version of the chair model. Instead of being a chair model, it's like a yeah, very good.
And it's more
I like the idea.
comfortable, it's more comfortable.
Mm.
But you are,
Yeah, if you're
every
alone.
time you do like this, you are shifting. And also because you are activating different parts of your brain in some way.
It's
Like
really
this.
smart.
Yeah. And it works. So that's why I use it a lot. Yeah. So let's do a demo here. Are you okay with that? Which tool do you want me to demo, or you just want me to go with the flow? We have, like, make a point of situation. We have the pizza, and the pizza I recommend to do in the first beginning of a relationship with a client, if convenient, of course, because it will allow you to analyze the ego of the client, if he's inflated or shrink it. It will also give you the persona of the client, like the pizza is the persona. Like, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm the CNO of my company, I am doing volunteering as a, I don't know, teacher on a school community, you know, like you will see the rules, the masks, the persona. Then you have who am I if you want to work, if you are working in the business topic, and also if you want to understand how client works with symbolic, like it's a good exercise to do before shadow, because people that resist to create, okay, if you were to animals, which animals will be? I don't know. I'm not a, I am a human. What is your name, Nuria? And if you were a native African or whatever from 1954, I will be Nuria. So this showing you that he will resist to symbolic a lot, okay? And then you have ego self dialogue, and you have the cards of the psyche, and you have shadow work, and you have alchemy. I think I didn't forget. And you have symbolic thinking, traditional one with an object or a picture or whatever. Okay. So we have already 7 different approach to work our topics and dilemmas.
I think alchemy is the one that is the, at least for me, the newest. And
Okay, so let me tell you something about alchemy that is relevant. Like, when I learned alchemy, alchemy was not even a tool. It was like pure content, pure information. It was the way Avi explained the transformation that Jungian coaching promotes on the client. So we have 7 different types of client transformation. This is for you to know where your client is and where he should be, like it's kind of a extra information about the client, but you don't even talk about it with your client in my model 1, because we didn't have how to work with it. But then the topic is so exciting and so relevant that we start challenging Avi to develop tools for that. So he starts connecting alchemy with model 3, and you will do it. Model 3 is about anima, animus, and alchemy is all about balance, anima, and animus. Like, imagine I arrive here and I said, oh God, I just have a discussion with my best friend. I cannot stand it. I just feel like crying all the time. I don't know how I will survive without her. She's the best person and the most relevant person in my life. I will die without her. And you are my therapist or my coach. And I said, please help me deal with this. I'm overwhelmed. I never imagined she will put me like this. So in Jungian language, where am I and what do I need? I'm overwhelmed with my emotions, so I'm like swollen in the water. And I'm in lack of structure, soil, rational options. So I'm with too much anima, lack of animus. And in alchemy, we have a process for that. That makes the drowning. Drowning? You said draw. You draw the. Let me open here the presentation. Model 1, alchemy. So you can understand. So this is the rational alchemy. I mean,
are you just using anima, animus in this case as a emotional versus rational side of yourself?
Yes. And you will learn how to use it. Like,
I mean, I always thought that a woman has an animus, not an anima.
No. It depends of the gender. Yes. It depends of the gender. Like, but we are talking about the principles. Anima, animus are the basis of transformation, and then you adjust to the gender. Like the male has animus by nature. The male has masculine principle by nature, and the animus and the anima. Sorry, like I'm doing two things at the same time. So now, male, masculine principle by gender, like his masculine is inborn with him, and then he can develop or not the anima. And for females, is the opposite. They have the female principle by gender, and then they cannot not develop the animus. You're right. It's like this.
Yeah, my understanding was always that there's the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and that your gender alternates
Physical.
for each one. So you're like, if you're a man on the body, then your emotions are female, your mind is male, your spirit is female. If you're a female in the body, then your emotions are male, your mind is female, your spirit is male.
I don't know if I'm completely aligned with that perspective, because I believe that could be different from that. That could be that, but could also be different for that. Because I'm female, I have female body, I have lots of female approach like anima, energy on emotions. I don't think too much, so is the feminine here also. I think the only part of myself that has a detail, a glimpse of animals is my spirituality, because I have a bigger belief. But everything else is under my femininity. Yeah.
Or maybe it's about development of one side or the other. Like Jung would talk about how one is inferior to the other, or one is underdeveloped compared to the other.
Yeah, that's why the compensatory function is so relevant, and you see it in alchemy. Look here. Let me just open here, blah, blah, blah. Here it is. So look, alchemy, presentation. So for instance, we have 7 principles in alchemy with very challenging names, the calcinatio. But I really like the image that Avi bring to us, because here what he says is you have the wood, you can make fire, and you can cook something with the fire. This is what this image is telling us. And if you look to the definition for a coaching field, like calcinatio is when all what is expected from the client is to work harder. So it looks like he has the tools, the wood, the bowl to cook, the ingredients, but he's not activating the fire. He's not doing, So you need to have more hours of investment to afford to do more in order to increase the investment. We should consider calcinatio. So here, this principle will not fit my challenge, because it's about doing more. Maybe if the coach asked me, so what are you doing to recover your friendship? And I said, I'm not doing nothing. My heart is crushed. I'm dying here. And maybe she said, okay, so let's see if something we can do, like do something. And then you have solutio, and solutio is about when a client is too cognitive and thinks too much, and the change must be done by reconsider the emotional. Again, the compensatory function. Like, imagine that I arrive and I said here, okay, so I just get divorced. We have lots of material things to divide. I'm organizing the list of things, and I'm here in between, like what I need to give to my sister and to my mother, because this is like I'm trying to make a decision only by my rational, and maybe I just need to connect with the feelings and be intuitive, or just understand what what should I give to each person in order for them to feel good, not because it's like worthful or like priceable, the price is the same, you know, like sometimes we are so rational that we cannot make decisions because it's in lack of the emotions, compensatory function. And then you have cagulatio, and cagulatio is the first situation. If I put it more exaggerated, it could be also interesting, like, because it's when people is like drown on emotions. Like this is a good example of what I said about my friend. Like, I'm crazy here, I cannot survive without her. So maybe I could compensate with the cards of doing. So alchemy brings you the metal and tells you what to do to make it gold. So this is the rational on the tool. So what is the metal? Is the polarity where the client is connected with, like to emotion, to rational, not able to let go, not able to like make a win-win decision. So is the point of starting work. And the goal is what the client wants. So I need to understand what the client wants. So if I said, what is your goal? You ask me, and I said, so my goal is to feel okay, to define a plan to recover my friendship. So I'm telling, I want to get rid of my emotions. My decision is I don't want to see her anymore. I want to put an end on this because we live on this conflict for 10 years. I'm tired. I want to find a new friend and forget this one. Maybe mortificatio, you know. So we need to understand what is dilemma. We need to understand what the client wants, and then we will find the alchemical process that will fit this bridge the best. Okay. And then Avi creates the cards for 3 of them. At this moment, he only has 3, but he is developing for all of them. Until this card's been created, that was last month, I work alchemy with doing and being cards. Just that. In a compensatory way. So I identify what is happening with the client, and I make the compensatory function with the opposite cards to balance it. If it's mortificatio, usually I will use to work with shadow work, because shadow, if I don't let go, is because something is stuck in me there. And usually people get very angry when they are not able to let go something. Like, I'm tired of this. I cannot get rid of this. This person is killing me. I want to leave this job, you know? So I use more in mortificatio, I use shadow because I didn't have anything else. And in conuncio, even if I'm not sure that I was doing right, usually when people was in between 2 things, I ask them to find 2 symbols for each one of the elements, and then I make them do a dialogue. And in the end, I ask them to make these symbols become only one, or ego self. I'm not sure if I'm being too quick and saying too much. It's just because I truly believe that the idea is not to do all the time the same thing, is to find here options to work with a different challenge and respecting the structure and the tool. Okay. And in the past, there was no alchemical card, so I use what I have to do alchemy. I was a wizard. And now we have for mortificatio, for solutio, and I don't know what is the other one we have. Let me go here to check. It's 3 that Avi creates. So I can do a quick session with this too. And conuncio, fortificatio, solutio, and conuncio. Okay, so does anyone has a dilemma topic and wants to be coached?
Are we not supposed to have a short break before?
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
so
just jump,
excited
yeah.
today that I'm forgetting the breaks.
Okay.
Of course, if you want, I can do.
Yeah,
We come at
I just
10 past the hour. It's okay.
yeah, fine.
Yes.
Sorry, I was
Thank
really
you.
on the flow. Thank you for.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, and before we get started,
Sorry.
can I just try to get something straight in my head? So alchemy looks at, in this case, changes, and that there's 7 different kinds of changes in a person, and they're represented by the old Latin names for what we used to do to things, like burning and dissolving and
Is this
separating. Okay. Yeah.
okay? So this is the guide chart. So if your client comes, usually clients come always for a change, something they want to change or do different. So here is the main part, is the part where you identify the topic, you shrink it into a sentence, and you realize what the client wants to get on the end of the session. So the head of the fish and the 3 almost mandatory questions that you should do is what topic or dilemma you want to work on in, and then you explore it, and then you do the second question. Now, can you shrink it in a precise objective or goal or sentence for us to have on focus? And the third one, in the end of the session, if it works well, what do you want to take? And it will give you the direction of the session. Okay, so these 3 questions, even if you are on PCC process, it will be relevant. And then you will identify from the 7 alchemical process which one could be more aligned with the goal and the topic. Okay. According with the process that you identify, and you also have one main question for each. Like, if I want to understand if it's calcinatio, I will ask, how many times did you try this so far? How many times that, let's go back to my friends that I cannot live with Howard. How many times did you try to solve this question previously? And I tell, at least 10. So this is not the problem. And then I can ask, how emotional are you between 1 to 5 facing this challenge? And I said, I'm 5. So I could go for Cagolatio. Why? Because she's on an extreme and I need to draw the emotions so she can see different perspectives. How do I do it? Using doing cards that you will learn in the next model. I could also ask if to understand if it's separatio. So have you prioritized the aspects of this situation? Sorry, go, Josh.
Just one clarifying question. Are you, the coach, picking the one of the 7 things, or are you somehow working with the client for them to pick?
It depends. I usually do like filter questions. I do validation questions to understand if the alchemical principle I believe it will help the client is the right one. I can ask the client, so do you think it's time to really let go of that relationship? And she said, no, I want her back. So mortificatio is not a good way. Even if I think after 10 times, it will be nice that she gets forward. You know, so I use the questions to filter and identify. It could be more than one. Okay, but as I identify one of them, I will check which cards should I use. And from these moments, we have the doing and being, that is compensatory function from the main state, emotional or rational state of the client. And then we have sublimatio, mortificatio, and connuntio with specific cards created for them. Okay, but let's do a demo here, if you agree. Who wants to be my client? I'm good, coach, okay? I'm soft and I just need a dilemma, a challenge, a need of change. Just bring me something.
Well, if nobody wants to go, I can go. I have a dilemma that has to do with coaching.
Okay.
It's like this. I am in in the process of, okay, I will just start telling you my dilemma. Hi, I'm currently educating myself to become a coach, and earlier I had made like a really big decision that I wanted to help grown-up men who have been in dysfunctional relationships and help them transform and become stronger. But I have lately, after I begin this education, I've been second guessing my niche or my thoughts, and maybe thinking about trying to find ways to give corporate coaching for small solopreneurs or company owners. And I realize it's probably because men leaving a relationship don't have that much money, but corporate businessmen might have. So maybe it's an ego, but it's a dilemma. I'm fighting these two. I'm thinking, should I do like the business orientated or the heart helping, compassionate orientated?
Okay, so
This is my dilemma.
I have the topic. As a coach, I will give him back my understood of the topic in a resume to see if I understood it right. So, Birgit, if I understood you right, what is your dilemma now is in between these two different targets for your coaching niche.
Yes.
You want to make a decision, is that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so now we are clear. And now I will try digging and understanding what is behind this. Like, how are you feeling toward that dilemma?
Very double, because on one hand, the helping men leaving a situation is something very personal to me, because years ago I went through a very hard situation, and I feel like I wasted 3 or 4 years just being sad and licking my wounds. And I would like to help other men not have that situation. I haven't, I'm not ready with the model, but that is what I would like to do from here. And on the other hand, I want to transition from what I'm doing now, which is running this co-working space thing. So I need to have more money coming
Financial sustainability.
Financial. So it's between what I would like from the heart and what I would like in my wallet.
Yes. So if our session was successful, what will be a nice result for you after we finish?
Honestly, it would be finding a way to be able to accept, to do the right thing, help men, and not maybe be so concentrated on the economy.
Okay, so in some way you are telling me that you already have your decision made.
I realized that when you asked me, I realized maybe I have the decision, but I can't justify it because that means leaving a lot of money on the table, which
so let's see.
Actually need.
I have here a tool. In some way, what I understood is that you are trying to make some change in your professional life. Am I correct? Like,
yes.
At least
Yes.
with whom you are going to work with. So we have a tool that is based on change process and transformation process that maybe can help you find this, I don't know, solution to this dilemma. So and in this moment, now I'm going to open this, but I don't do this with the client, but we can do this, but usually I can know. So intuitively, now I'm not being coach, okay? I'm just explaining what happened in my mind when client is talking with me. Since the beginning, he's talking about two different things that he wants to separate, but maybe he needs to make it like a one thing. So Conuncio was coming a lot to my mind. Like, can you consider a win-win solution between those two situations?
Yes, yes. I understand where you're going. Yes. It would mean, I think so. I think that if I would be able to find a way to get well paid for doing the thing that I want to do with men. So maybe finding finances from other than the client himself.
Okay, so do you think
I'm
that
just
could be
playing,
nice to
yeah.
work with this? Let's check. I will show you a couple of cards. And on these cards, let me just go here. On these cards, where is
Mhm.
it? Lucio, we have another person coming now. Who is she? Mortificatio Connuncio. Okay.
Mhm.
So this process is called Connuncio exactly because it wants to create harmony between these parts that are creating your dilemma. Okay. So I have 10 codes here that could help you find the potential solution and different point of view of this topic. And I will invite you to read these codes and just put it in first person. Okay. And also relate it with your topic. For instance, this one, like list 5 positive traits of both of your options, the options you have in mind, and give negative traits of your own, like what is negative in me that is not allowing me to make the decision, you know, like you can do it like this. Try to do it the way that fits for you and your dilemma, please.
So 5 positive things of both of them or one of them?
You decide what it makes sense. Like if someone.
So I would say the positive things of the thing that I more want to do from my heart, which is to help men, is I think I actually
I don't want you, just 1 minute. This is what clients you like to do, and this is the main difference between Jungian coaching and traditional coaching. Birgir wants to answer me from his ego. I don't want him to answer from the ego, otherwise I will not need the Jungian coaching for nothing. I want you to read the sentence in the first person and see if this quote resonates as a potential solution for your dilemma. Read it loud.
Okay. List 5 positive traits of my antagonistic situation, action, yeah, and 5 negative traits of my own.
On this topic to make a decision.
Yes, on this topic that I have, on this choice.
Just tell me, it resonates on you, you think is not here? We have more options, we can see others.
I think we should go to some other options. This didn't
of course. And
me.
what about this one?
Establish 5 ground rules that I'm ready to comply with, knowing my antagonistic partner will likely accept them too. Knowing my situation will accept you too. Oh, this is a maybe.
Okay, so, and the key word here is ground rules.
Yes, ground rules.
Do you think
that
ground
I would be
rules
ready.
could support you making your decision?
Yes, maybe.
Yes?
Yeah, possibly.
But do you want to see?
Yeah.
Do you want to see others?
Yes, can
Maybe
I see? Yeah, can I see something there?
Find the right one. Let me just ask you something. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
What is the opposite partner here? How would
The
you
opposite?
name it?
I think the opposite partner would be the money making business coaching. So I would invite my my business coaching to explore 5 issues me and the business coaching agree upon.
What about that?
This one is good. This I like. I like this one.
Okay, so and which word or small part of this quote is resonating on you?
Issues we both agree upon.
So
finding something that them both can coexist.
So, issues we can both agree on. I would like to invite you to have a dialogue with issues that can help you agree on something.
Okay.
One side you are going to be Birgir talking with issues, and the other side you are going to be issues helping Birgir to find a way to create this
Mm.
win-win.
And the issues, have I understood it right? That I am actually, Birgir is the one who wants to do the first niche, the helping men, and the issue is the one who
The
wants to
coach,
make
the
money.
business. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You
Yeah,
can call
so-
it whatever you feel like. If you want to call
Yeah.
it make money and see how
Yes,
it
I
will
think
help
I
you.
think that's
Okay.
that's well, I want to make money on both of them, but I think maybe the bigger chance of big money is on that side.
Okay, so you want to talk with make money and find a win-win way to do it, not only coaching men, but also to coaching the targets you
For-
desire.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
so
target line, yeah. Okay. So this here now I'm Birgir.
yes.
And this part of me is wants to coach men and doesn't really care about the money side
So
of
it's not
it.
this part of me, is
I am Birgir coach, and I would like to be able to coach men who have had a dysfunctional relationship and need to be freed from the burdens of that.
And you are
And-
talking to making money, and this part. Okay, no, okay.
Yes.
So you want to present. You want to present
the-
yourself. Okay, come on.
Yes, this part. Hello, I am also a coach, but I am the coach who wants your economy to be flourishing. And I know that you need the money. I know that you are about to leave the other things that you are doing. So for this whole coaching thing to work out, you need to trust me so I can bring lots of money on the table.
Can you repeat it 3 times? You need to trust me because I
You
will
need
bring
to
lots
trust
of money.
me. You need to trust me because I have thoughts and ideas about how to bring money on the table. You need to trust me because I will bring money to the table. You need to trust me because I am going to bring the money on the table.
And Burger Coach.
I understand that, but that sounds so heartless. You sound so cruel when you only think about money, and when you think about using the tools of this all this coaching and Jung and something that seems so like beautiful and fine and pure, and you just want to use it to make money. It doesn't resonate well with me. I feel betrayed by you.
Repeat it 3 times.
I feel betrayed by your wish for money or talk about money all the time. I feel betrayed by you. I understand that you feel betrayed, but you need to be rational. It's about if you just meet a few men and you get like a 50 euro there, a 50 euro there, you're not going to be able to quit the other job. So it's not going to be anything for you. If you do this, I can find contracts for you that will make it possible for you to maybe have some of these men on the side, doing 1 day a week with helping men and then 4 days a week with doing commercial stuff.
Can you ask before you turn around
Yes.
what would be a nice solution or agreement for both of you, and see what the other Begin coach answers?
Okay, Birgir coach. What would you see as a nice agreement between you wanting to do the work from the heart and me wanting to provide the money? Do you see any solution or any agreement there? Yes, okay, thank you. To begin with, thank you. I'm grateful that you are looking out for my economy. I need that because I think with my heart, and then money doesn't matter. But yes, the best part would be maybe to to either try to find money from helping men from other instances. I don't know what that would be, but maybe there are some organizations that would be able to pay for a man coming to meet me, and then we could get the money we need. Or we do, as you say, we split it up. We do some corporate coaching and some helping men coaching. So it could be there could be several different solutions to this if we decide to not choose one of them, but to try to coexist.
Great. How are you feeling?
Well, now I'm all into coexisting. Now I'm into now I just started thinking about ideas, and while we were doing this, I started thinking about there is actually an organization here in Sweden called it's just called MAN, MAN, which is to help men that have a difficult situation. Maybe they could sponsor men who are coming for coaching. So
I don't even need
I
to
don't know. I
ask
haven't
for
checked.
homework. You already think about how to do it.
Yeah. Yes, I'm into solution thinking now.
Yeah, good. But if not, what I will invite you is after this dialogue to come up, like, what do you think, to come up with a list of ideas of both agree upon,
Yeah.
like brainstorm.
Yes, I forgot about this text because I was so in the dialogue. But of course, I would need to explore more of the agreed upon things.
And I didn't pass by all of them because we are online, but the idea is that you read all the 10 cards, you read all of them,
Yes.
and you pick the one or more than one that really helps you find the solution of your challenge. Okay.
Okay. Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
Yes, this is a practical question. The cards that you had here now, can we get them?
I asked that to Avi because this was for the demonstration he did online, the ones that participate. So this is not the cards. This is just the presentation, and they are finishing and adding the others for alchemical process that Avi didn't finish yet. And then it will be an extra tool. So they are on process of that. And Avi said that is almost done. So
yeah, it will come later on. Okay, thank you. It's a good tool to have those, maybe print them out to make in Canva and something.
No, but I think they are going to be also a physical tool. Okay, you are going to have it physically also, because as you see, these cards are really nice and beautiful. The cards, the image are also part of the process, so you can use this image. Avi select the image, so you can work on that.
Yes, I really like those.
Yeah, and
are we going to get them, these physical cards, during our models?
I'm not sure. They are on production. Like I really believe that it's for selling. I'm not sure. Like Avi is creating it, so it's not part of the initial kit because it's new product.
We can buy it in the shop in the Jungian store.
I believe
maybe.
so. So I'm also waiting for them as you, because this takes lots of time because we need to find the 10 actions for each one, be aligned with the need. But this is just an example. And the idea here is that you identify with the client which one, and the challenge of these tools is to adjust the message to the dilemma. You see, the moment I ask him, so what is the other part? What is the antagonist here? Because he was the antagonist in some way. So he was the person desiring and also the antagonist. When he realized this dialogue, he became partner of the challenge. So it was not an ego-self dialogue, it was a self-self dialogue, almost, because he was doing the two roles at the same time.
Yes, I felt I was very split there because I was saying I am Birgir coach, but in just a different nuance of myself. But But maybe I could do this practice by myself and be more, maybe use more symbolic thinking
Yes.
to create an image or a symbol that is more, yeah,
And
black and
if you
white.
don't
So I can,
feel like if you don't feel so comfortable with the dialogue by your own without someone guiding you, do the written one, the ego self written. You just name the ego and you name the self, and you do the written dialogue, and then you read it loud.
yeah.
Sometimes it's
But
easy because you are alone.
I lost you. I have one question. In the diagram you had with the different Cagulato and that, there are spiritual cards, ritual cards, and bridging cards. Are
Yes.
these cards? Yeah, there. The
Yes.
ones that
So
are.
bridging card, it was the cards I used with you. So is the name of the
Okay.
process is the name of the cards. Like Mortificatio are the ritual cards, Sublimatio is the spiritual cards, and now Avi is creating this 4 remaining process.
Okay.
Cards for each of them.
Okay. Yeah, because we have the use the doing and being card. Are those the same that we have in the package?
Sorry. Can you ask me? I was
We
reading the Nilufer message.
Yes. We already have received the being and doing cards.
Being and doing, you have it, is model 3, and you can use it. You can use it in any of the other process after you learn it.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I use
And
them
then
a
the
lot because
spiritual,
Sorry.
the spiritual and the ritual and the bridging, they will come later, and maybe we have to buy them or we will get them.
Yes, I believe they will come all different, also doing and being, because doing and being is this type of very rational cards that you also have. Like, I'm so old that I don't have doing and being, I have male and female. So I'm really old generation dinosaurs, but it's like it doesn't have image. So I think Avi is updating also the aesthetic part of the
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Can I just say, Avi did say that we would all get those cards when he did the first session of the last module. So he said we'll all get them sent out once they're ready.
Thank you, Katie, because I was not there, so I was not sure. I was just saying that is on process and they will be available soon. That's what I know. And I'm pretty sure we are going to be the first knowing when they are done. Don't worry. So welcome, Nilufer, and I saw your question. I think I already answered.
Hello. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So let's use these 20 minutes last to bring insights and learnings or anything else that you want to give as a feedback.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you. First, I want to say just thank you for this, the coaching demo. It was brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah. And being a coach, and this is very personal, what I'm going to say, like, you can be a persona coach or you can be a being coach, or both. I was for a long time a persona coach, like I want to be seen as a like structured coach and do things by the book. And I remember this because of what Birgir brings to me, and I was not following my heart. As you can see, I have my particular style of doing coaching, but that doesn't mean that I skip the steps. Like we did the head of the fish, we did the process. I use lots of humor in my sessions, and in the beginning I was feeling guilty because I was thinking this is not right, being like using humor, but I think is one skill, a power skill that I have to break patterns on my clients. So I decide to use it without being frustrated and scared of what happened. So I think also this journey of 6 months is a journey for you to find which type of coach you want to be. And you did values with Bijan. So look to your values and see, how can I put this on my coaching session? Because that is what will make you happy, independent of doing with this type of client or that. with the 100 euros amount or 500. So if you are enjoying, you will enjoy any moment and context if it's allowing you to be yourself. This is a process.
I thought you meant when you said persona coach, coaching people's personas instead of coaching their unconscious, because there are a lot of coaches out there that, I'll help you with your accent. I'll help you with your resume.
Yeah.
I'll help you with your executive presence. That's all persona coaching. And I gotta say, Birger, because your session kind of resonated a little bit with me. And I don't know how much you guys talked about the coaching business in module 2 because I wasn't there, but like I have a huge problem with the business coaching side of things because it's persona coaching. And sure, you could sometimes get into some unconscious stuff in it, but I have a real moral issue with coaching someone to work harder and perform more, especially if it's going to cost them their family or their time with themselves.
Yeah,
and
I agree. That's the that's the dark side of it.
And you're totally right about the money too, though.
Yeah, that's I haven't even started, and I'm getting questions that are blowing my mind money-wise. Just for, can you come and coach the staff? And it's way more money than I would be getting just by helping men getting out of troublesome situations. So it's but
yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. I could, if conceivably, I could match my income that I have now, which is substantial, with just business coaching. If I get like 10 business clients at like $30,000 a year each, that's like 300 grand. But the problem is I would just,
I remember your
inside,
topic.
it would just eat me up. I would not be comfortable in my own skin. And
I have good news for both of you, like for everyone on this room. Like in Model 5, when we work the 24 leadership archetypes, there's one domain that is the fire domain that is all about results. And you can connect with your fire archetype to develop better results. For me, it worked very well, and I connect with it because I'm not at all money oriented. Like if someone pay my bills, I will work for free the rest of my life, but this is me. What can I do? But when I work with that domain, like it's calling psychopomp, we are going to identify the psychopomp is the archetype that will leverage your results and your personality. So my life changed. I didn't change anything else, only the approach to money, and that make the money come. And it's very strange and freaky, but it is what it is. It's like this dynamic towards energetical. Money is an energy, even if we don't want to accept it. Is a bill, materialistic is a bill, but it's an energy. Everything works around money.
The money side of it is one thing, certainly. I don't have a problem making money either. It's just telling people in businesses to perform more when they may not want to do that is hard for me. Like I have coached people in corporations, just not as a person working for the corporation. I've coached people separately. And sometimes I've had them convince themselves to leave the job. A company hiring you does not want you to coach someone out of a job.
Yeah. I'm listening to you. I'm not sure that if that is coaching when you need to do something already predetermined with someone. That will probably will be more consulting than coaching. Like
no. I mean, like the person comes to me not knowing anything, and then through the course of the sessions, they figure out that they need to leave their job.
But
then it's a good thing. That's a good thing, right?
I think it's a good thing for both
That's a good
parts.
thing. That's a good thing for us, but not a good thing for the company. So I'm just glad the company did not hire me.
But we shouldn't think about company. Why should we be thinking about company? This wouldn't be honest. We are doing what's the best for customer, for client.
But when
Yeah,
you're
but
when
if
you're
if
hired by a company,
yeah,
the
if the
company owns
company
you.
is the client.
No,
Yeah,
no,
the
no, no,
company's the client.
no. It means like we are paid by company. We are supposed to do good for company. No, we are following the
But
coaching
here we are
process.
getting to
This-
ethical cases, like to
But this is the
ethical.
huge question. This is the
It
huge
is, it
question.
is.
Then we are not honest. If we are paid by company, then we are doing it company would like.
This
Yeah,
when
then
you are
I-
going to have questions about that on the exam of ICF is about when the client hires you. Okay, direct relations, no problem. When the company hires you, the moment of creating the contract is relevant. Why you need really to define boundaries and expectations, because usually companies hire coach to make the bad job, to clean the house. And that's not the coaching job. So when I'm hired for a company to like make diagnostic of should I stay or should I go, as I call it, I said to the person, listen, what I'm going to put you on the report is like the analysis of a couple of assessments, and like I will not tell you if this person should stay or should go. I will tell you how the person is and where she can go if we keep working, for instance. And you understand that coaching doesn't do what you like. Imagine that the goal of the company is to stick all the people there, even the bad ones, but make them do a transformation of their performance. I think it was that you were talking about, Josh. I will say, I can try to see if they are able to perform difference. I can try with the coaching. We can use the coaching to understand if they are open to do it, but it can also happen the opposite. Like they are not open to that. Are you okay with this? And if they say yes, then they need to accept the results, because we don't do magics. I cannot. It's the same thing that we go like to a place where there is like 10 men and 10 women, and you need to understand who is going to marry who, even if they don't like each other. This is not ethical at all. Okay, but like when it's a triangle, coach, coachee, and sponsor, the rules are different. And I'm pretty sure that Bijan talk about it, at least it was supposed to. Like we need to have double contracts with the company and with the client. And also say to the company, because like practical case that show up a lot is like you are working in a company and your client said that he has an affair with the girl from the third floor. Do you share with the company, even if you know that this making like impact on their performance? You know, like,
Absolutely
of course not. Absolutely not. This is confidentiality. You cannot. There are like 3 or 4 exceptions, if I'm not wrong. Is if someone is in risk of life, that you should tell. Like if someone comes and said, I'm going to do this or that, and I have a gun, I need this is law transcends the ICF code of ethics. If the client allows, because sometimes I ask permission to my client and said, okay, from this that we talk, what can I report and what you don't want me to put on the report? And he decides, and I'm missing the third one.
If they're going to hurt themselves.
Exactly, is that.
But in the United States, I don't know about other countries, but in the United States, we coaches are not what we call mandated reporters. In other words, we're not required by law to report these things.
Okay.
We should, but like if you're a teacher or a counselor or something, you're a mandated reporter. You have to report it.
And you also need to. You have the code of ethics ICF universal, but one of the items said that you need to see your local laws and like cultural procedures, because like this is the basis, but there are countries where something can be allowed and countries where like the culture don't allow the same procedures. So we also need to understand the local rules of our countries, because they can change some details. But you were right, Olga, like it's all about discovery session. This is so relevant. Discovery session is the session when you feel that you just create a safe place and field, that you are aligned with the rules for the dynamic, and that the client is clear about things. Otherwise, mushrooms will pop up during the process, like, oh, we didn't talk about this, we didn't talk about that, I didn't understood that I need to do this or that. And also HR like love to say, listen, what do you think? Like, don't forget the coach. Tell me your personal opinion. Do you think he's valuable? Shall we invest? And I said, my personal opinion is not relevant here because I'm not here as a person. I'm here as a coach. And as a coach, I'm going to do a report according with my client and what he allowed me to say. And I will give you also some guidelines for next steps, but I cannot say, who am I to say if he's valuable or not? You know, maybe I should work with the client, with the oh my God, with the employee, for him to feel confident to say if he wants to stay or not. That maybe could be something we can work on, but not, yeah. This is very, we could be like, I don't know, cookers or, I don't know, dancers, DJs. It will be very much easier.
Yeah, I know, but Birger is discovering the same kind of dilemma that I have been struggling with for a couple of years now, because, you know, I could have tried to go into business coaching and I elected not to because it just kind of, you know, it makes me nauseous.
Gosh.
Yeah.
And I just be Nuria for 2 or 3 minutes. And from my experience, I'm not an expert, like, but I really love what I do, and I'm doing coaching since 2006. And I always work with companies because of the money, and I did great job, and they still contact me and they love me. And so that's not about quality of work. It was about fulfillment of the coach. And I realized that when I'm not fulfilled, I can earn thousands of money that I will not sleep happy. So I decided to make a bridge like Birger and maybe like you in the beginning, and said, okay, this is my motivation was, this is a way for an ending goal, a way for an ending goal. So I'm not going to stay here. And now I still work with companies, but I work with companies with this stuff that I like. And I don't do what they want. I do what I think it's correct. And I present. They want, they buy. They don't want, I keep my journey, you know? But that's for saying to you that while I respect me as a coach, I start receiving more money, even if I did nothing different because of that. It's like you give space to. You open the tunnel for the universe to give you what you want. Otherwise, you are putting doors all the time. Oh, I cannot do it because I'm on this company. So universe gets, I don't know, confused. And he said, what the hell she wants? She wants to fulfill, and she's doing that. So you need to do on your rhythm, on your way, on your, I don't know, planning and priority structure, the way that I could be doing something else, but I like to be here, you know, like I can do this for free because I'm doing other things that pay me. Otherwise, I will not be able. I should be here like trying to make money. But, and the other tip I want to give you, and this is very personal, I'm just sharing my experience, is it doesn't matter what you do. Do it from your heart, and every time. And I used to say to my, the first online training I did, I have only one person. And when she arrived, she said, oh, it's only me. And I said, yes. He said, are you sure? Don't you want to postpone it? And I said, no, because I speak with the same quality and passion with one person when 1,000. So you want to stay? And I give that training to that person with the same. Of course, I will love to have 20, but you know? And this is you giving message to the universal energy and say, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm doing my best, and be grateful all the time. And trust also yourself, like doing this type of exercise to make decisions and to.
How are your trainings going now? Are they good?
What?
How are your trainings doing now? Are they good?
Always. Yeah. Too much people. I need
Oh.
a partner. If one of you wants to partner me, I will hire you. Yeah,
You are very inspirational. I must tell you, you're bringing lots of hope to Stockholm right now.
And you know something, Birgir? A couple of years from now, you will also be with your story, the one that you start today.
Yeah,
It
thank
doesn't
you.
matter where it takes you, but you will have a story.
Yeah, of
And
course,
it will be an
yes.
inspirational story
And I
also.
I need to just maybe relax a little bit. And I've only done 2 modules of 6. I maybe need to just relax. It's gonna work itself out.
Yeah, and maybe till the end you find your solution. So
Yeah.
and time flies. That's good. So give me one word or one main learning from today before we go.
Inspired by your heart, Nuria.
Oh, Besna, thank you.
Yeah. But your smiles, your energy, yeah.
Oh, you are
Your
so sweet. I'm getting
dedication.
emotional. Come on.
Yeah,
No, but I
indeed,
agree.
you-
I agree. The moments when you said, "Can I just be Nuria now? Can I just be personal?" That's where the golden nugget of quality
Yeah. Well, I
reside.
was being Nuria, but I was being Nuria in a mentoring and
Yes,
process.
but I
And
liked
like,
it.
it's very
Mm.
personal. Like, it's very
Yeah.
personal. That's
It's
why
gold.
Avi said to me, every time I do mentoring, he calls me the day after and he said, what the hell do you do with these people? That's why they love you. And I said, okay, I don't know, you should ask
Yeah.
them. He gets
He
jealous.
should be in one of those, hiding and looking.
Yeah.
I would say
I
helpful.
invite him, but he doesn't want. He doesn't want. He said that I get intimidated by him. The
And
fact.
I want to,
Sorry.
okay, the idea of mentoring is a great idea because it really helps to dive into the model. And probably it could be even 1 week after model, I don't know, or 2 weeks to
You
be
know what is my
more.
problem, dear Olga? My problem is that I have 1 week a month I have Portuguese training. 1 week a month I am assisting Avi. So there's only 2 weeks left, one for you and the other for the other generation. So I don't have lives and I don't have options. I would love to, but I don't have.
So this is not intentionally like that, like 3 weeks after model. This is just because you're busy. Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
Anyway, take notes
Yeah.
of these
But this is-
suggestions and insights because in Model 6 you have an evaluation form from all the program and making like most of the things that we upgrade come from suggestions from participants because we want to be aligned with your needs. So these type of suggestions, you can bring them on that report. Also, I will take note here so we can do it in a most structured way because from now I was just like doing ongoing process as I am free here. But thank you for the feedback.
Thank you.
Anyone else wants to say something?
I was gonna say helpful because I'm trying I've been trying to create an online training for something, and my fear was always that just one person would show up, and then I heard your story. I'm kind of like,
no.
Yeah, so what? So what? If one person shows up, just do it.
And that person still being my client, and I'm talking about, I don't know, more than 10 years ago. She still be my client. She assumes herself as a Meraki woman, and she invites all the people she knows to my trainings. She is my best salesperson. So sometimes we just need to start, like to start and trust that life knows what she's doing with us, even if we don't understand.
Yeah.
For me, I think better understanding. I found the session that you and Berger did very helpful to understand. So better understanding is what I've gained from this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been really good.
And we will see a couple of weeks from now, and we will talk about the beautiful animals concepts, very polemic ones, but we will do a great job with them.
Yeah.
Wish you a nice
I have to say, it's only 1 week from now. It's on the 19th. So it's not a couple of weeks, it's 1 week.
no, that's the training, but I will not be there.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the training. Sorry, yeah.
No,
Ah,
I
then I
will not be
understand.
there. I will not be there. I'm doing Portuguese certification.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will be on October Participação Mystic meeting. Did you receive the invitation?
Yes, I saw that
Let's
one.
meet each
Yeah.
other and hug and celebrate and do
Yes.
things. I'm going to do a workshop with points of view. I propose myself to do a ego self points of view dialogue. Because
Nice.
I
It
adapt.
would be really nice to come there. Was it in Greece?
It's in Greece, Athens.
It's in Greece. Yeah.
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 Who
I'll
knows?
put it on my wish list.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
I don't know if you had in day, but
Yes.
see you soon from my heart.
Yeah.
Anything,
Thank you.
I'm
Okay.
Thank
I'm
you.
following the
Thanks,
chat.
everyone.
Bye bye,
you.
everybody.